Murphy, back with you again, here at Obscura Programming. Still here giving you all the facts they've conveniently framed to make themselves look good, about topics like chemical-laden hamburger recipes, unethical nuclear bomb testing, and today, geothermal energy. After the nuclear explosion on Durri-Jongo, wiped out the research facility, all other Paragon outposts throughout the Outcast Islands were shut down indefinitely. Dr. Grimm stepped down as CEO, selling off the locations to a new upstart company, Obscura Biotech. Obscura's aim was to replace the dangerous nuclear power plants with a much more climate-friendly means of energy production, namely geothermal energy. Now, you may have heard of the cluster of volcanoes on the Outcast Islands, and you've definitely heard of the megavolcano that went off a few hundred years ago. You know, the one that sunk an entire continent, the remains of which today are the very Outcast Islands we speak of? Yeah, that megavolcano. Obscura Biotech's idea was to utilize the magma under that. Basically, they harnessed the heat from the subsurface of Scythe under the crust, all the hot molten rock magma flowing under these volcano clusters. To produce power, they dig these big freaking wells, sometimes over a mile deep, into underground reservoirs. Now, it's here they gain access to hot water, and in turn, steam, which is used to power turbines. Now, the turbines are connected to the electricity generators, and the electricity generators power up civilization. Perhaps the wonderful television set on which you're watching this is being powered by geothermal energy. Honestly, and I'm not just saying this as an Obscura corporate stooge, this is pretty incredible. Harness the heat from the core of Scythe. No radiation, no nuclear energy, so much safer and cleaner. So what? You might get a little sulfur dioxide or hydrogen sulfide popping off from time to time, but at the end of the day, it ain't gonna result in entire generations of kids born with soft skulls and 8-fingered hands, right? Even the term to describe it sounds cool. Magma power. Sounds like a heavy metal band from the Seacoast Rose Circuit or something. Think about what we're doing. We're drilling into volcanoes and sucking out the energy like a geological vampire. We get all juiced up on steam and magma, and then, woo! We're ready to freaking go. Entire cities powered, commerce, society, transportation, civilization, all thanks to Obscura Biotech. And quite frankly, that megavolcano had it coming. It may have been a few hundred years ago, sure, but hundreds of thousands died when it erupted. It took out an entire continent. To think it'd sink a landmass bigger than Darius, and there were still 5 islands left behind. Islands that rival the size of smaller countries, mind you. Obscura Biotech scientists have actually surmised that tapping into the volcano chain and using it to power things up, well, it might be saving us from another giant eruption. Yeah. We can blow stuff up ourselves with nukes, but heaven forbid, nature acts natural. Not only are we powering up entire cities and neighborhoods with energy that is arguably safer and cleaner than nuclear, we're also potentially stopping another massive eruption that could bury entire islands in magma. No one wants that, now do they? Obscura Biotech is potentially saving millions of lives if they are, in fact, stopping a volcanic eruption, and are potentially saving billions of lives into the future, given the fact this clean energy solution offered as an alternative to nuclear power. Ah, you hear that? Obscura Biotech saving the world, making a killing while they're doing it. They aren't just Paragon with a fresh new coat of paint or anything. They're climate justice ninjas. Of course, they definitely deserve to make a killing. Their pledge to preserve the climate with clean energy is noble and inspiring. Not to the point where I'll take a pay doc, but, I mean, save the whales, right? keep Scythe green. Hey, we should all take a page out of Obscura Biotech's book and be more conscientious of the choices we make. And, how they affect the environment we live in. I'm not saying go screaming at your neighbor or anything, but folks, remember, recycle, all right? Sort out your trash. There. Huh? I did the whole read enthusiastically and sincerely. How big is the Scythian credits bonus for not ad-libbing again? Now, those new Elysian bungalow rentals you're giving staff are not cheap. Lodging should come with the gig, if you ask me. You forced me to fly out here when I could easily record these lines from my apartment back in my one-bedroom in Spectre City. I'd be banking way more of this cash, that's for sure. What? It's still recording. Great. Son of a...